Good afternoon, my name is Trons9S, aka Trenton. This is my third attempt at, actually my fourth attempt at making this one video, because I've had a little bit of trouble. I've been interrupted a few times. I got a phone call and it interrupted the video, and I'm like, oh, now I gotta start all over. And also, I keep getting distracted by random people walking around. There's this lady, she's in a red Mustang. She just dashed out of it and ran over, started yelling and screaming and cussing. And I'm like, oh, snap, she must be yelling at her kids. And then turns out it was her dogs. Apparently they ran out of the apartment building, and it was kind of funny. But I almost wanted to record it in the other attempt that I had, but I lost my train of thought, and yeah, I got distracted. Anyway, the point of this video is welcome back to the 5th installment of Homeless Surviving on the Streets. But I want to change the title name from being homeless to just because I've been living in my vehicle for a while. It's been a great time. I enjoy it. I actually might just continue living in the vehicle. I think it's better than paying rent to somebody, $1,000 deposit and $1,000 or $1,100 a month to, well, just have a place to shower, eat, and all that other stuff. Sounds good, but I'd rather have a van, because a car gets you a job. If we don't have a car, you have a very difficult time getting a job, especially if there's no public transportation. So, yeah. Anyway, so the point of this video is, if you want to live in your van, I'm going to give you some tips, some tricks, some ideas on how to survive living in your van or vehicle. I keep saying van because the proper term is a conversion van. I'm pretty positive that a lot of companies or car companies, they don't make vehicles with just beds and stuff in it pre-made. People convert those vans, like the Ford E150, E250, E350. Wow. They convert them and then put beds in them and stuff like that. So they don't come stock, unless you're trying to get an RV, which would be way more expensive and probably way out of your price range, unless you have a lot of starting capital. The Chevy Express, the Chevy Astro, if I had that, no, I think it's a Ford Astro, something like that. The Ford Windstar is an okay one. I've heard there's some problems with the, as far as performance. What else? I can't think of any others, but those are definitely some models that you want to start on if you're looking to live in there. Some people say you can live in Mini Coopers and stuff like that. I don't recommend it, because you're quickly going to feel very claustrophobic if you try and live in one of those very, very tiny cars. I know they have 4-door Mini Coupes now, but it's still not worth it. Let's see. Wow. What else? Okay, so now that you have an idea, please go on Google, search conversion van, and I'm pretty sure you'll find plenty of models. Now that you have an idea of what kind of models they are, it's best to discover how to live in your car. So there's different positions that you can sleep, and you won't only be sleeping, but you have to consider, what you'll be doing during the day and whatnot. But let's start with sleeping. So you can sleep in the driver's seat and lay the seat back. That's the most popular way. But it also attracts a lot of attention from people who are for no reason looking in your car and calling the police. The only thing you'll hear is "Sir, you okay?" He'd be like, "Yeah, what's wrong?" He's like, "Sir, is this your vehicle?" No, I just broke into this car and took a nap." "Oh, okay, I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle." Stupid questions that the cop asks. and stuff like that. You don't want to deal with that. Some states and cities consider it illegal to sleep in your vehicle. Oh, actually, not states, but some cities consider it illegal to sleep in your vehicle. Other cities don't care. And my city, Tacoma, Washington, is very. Most people are homeless anyway, so it's a little debate with fighting with parking enforcement. That's really the only thing most people have to worry about. But depending on where you park, such as on a corner where like we have abandoned buildings here, so when someone parks next to an abandoned building, no one bothers with it. But yeah, so I wouldn't recommend sleeping in the driver's seat. The passenger seat, maybe. If you have a two-door vehicle and you can't upgrade to a bigger vehicle, then there's this girl. I was watching her YouTube channel. She's been living in her Jeep, or well, she got a Jeep Infinity, and just recently, because she's been working full time and all that stuff. But she put a pillow in her center console and a blanket, and she laid over there and kind of balled up in an L shape over the console, or I mean around the console there. Yeah. So put a pillow here. I have my little system there. Playtime. Put a pillow on the console part, made it L shape, but I'm a big guy. That does not work for me. I'm also kind of tall. I'm like 5'9", maybe 6 foot. So having a 5 foot space for me to ball up is probably wouldn't be the best idea. So I wouldn't recommend this if you're a big guy or gal, or you're tall. But if you're smaller, hey, for you, that's just one opportunity for you. The best popular option that I've seen is people who they get a little crafty with it, and they get they get plywood and 2x4s, and then they just throw it in the back of the SUV, and then they throw a bed in there, and then they have like little space where little cubbies and stuff like that where they can store their stuff. What I really want to get is one of those little store away things that you put on top of your SUV. I really want to get one of those because I can store clothes and stuff that I don't need to have in the car. Speaking of which, those are the three main options that you have. A lot of people, like mine, see I have here my blanket with a pillow inside because I don't like, sometimes my hair gets dirty and then the pillow gets dirty, and then I don't like sleeping on a dirty pillow. Sleeping bag back there, my backpack with all my important stuff that I always take with me. Never leave any valuables in my vehicle. My clothes over there, which I really want to get rid of out of the car because it's taking way too much space. I also have food that's taking way too much space. Thank you, food stamps. And yeah, so that's very much important. Consider space is very important, and you need to have places to put stuff, containers and different things like that. All right, now that I talked about sleeping positions and stuff like that, you want to consider the next thing is the next thing that you really want to consider is what you'll be doing during the day, where you'll be in the vehicle during the day, or maybe where you'll not be, where to park, and different things like that. So during the day, I raise a seat, and I sit there, and I sit in the back, and I tinted my windows. It's very easy to do. Tinting them right is very hard to do. But tinting your windows just to have them tinted, and if you don't mind the bubbles in there, I did horrible the first time, but the second time I did pretty good. But for my back two side windows, I did pretty bad. Because in total, it cost me $50 to do 4 windows. My 2 side windows here, I did a pretty good job, I think. And this window here, I tinted them myself. You can go to Walmart. You can get the tint kit. Most people say, oh, well, you know, it's not a good idea to tint it yourself, but you're looking for a cheap way. You don't want to get a professional done. You should get a professional tint if you're tinting your front windshield. If your front windshield, is very like clear like mine is, it's freaking annoying how clear it is. You want that to get that done by a professional, because you don't want to be distracted by bubbles and stuff that in the tint from improperly placing the tint in. Also, I also recommend having the driver's side window done professionally and the passenger side, because sometimes you want to roll down the window and you don't want to mess up the tint that you did. Then you have to buy more tint and do it all over again, and it's just a terrible process. Best to have those done professionally. The rear window I also recommend having done professionally, but you might be able to get away with it. You just don't want to damage the fog lines, because then you'll have a misty window. Oh, I have a tip for that. I found it all on Life Hacks. So I raise the seat up. I sit there, I play my games, do my homework, different stuff like that. Most of the time, I will go to the YMCA and hang out in there, do some studying and whatnot. It's the UW YMCA. It's sponsored by the University of Washington, thank goodness. So they don't really care if they see a bunch of, people studying or something like that, walking in with backpacks. So I get no resistance from them on that front. What else? A lot of times I do work, so I go, my brother, he sends me jobs on Craigslist. I go do the job. One very important thing when you do a job is make sure you ask lots of questions. The person might be annoyed, but you might get a job where they tell you, oh yeah, it's easy. You get someone like the last job I had with my brother, it was this Afghanistan dude or whatever. He's over there, Middle Eastern. He was, my friend, it's a very simple job. You get in the truck, you drive the truck, and we load the truck, and it'll be that quick. And he was like, I pay you $150. It'll be really quick. I'd be like, all right, whatever. So originally he told us that we were going from Seattle to Tacoma. But then when we got in the truck and I started driving, he was like, "Oh no, my friend, we go to Spokane." What? Spokane for $150? Oh, he's like, "It's okay. I pay for a hotel. We know sausage fest, and I don't eat sausage, but we know sausage fest in cab of truck." I was like, goodness, my brother dragging me into another little escapade, expedition adventure, but did the job. It was a 4-bedroom house that we had to pack and then load onto the truck. And then, we didn't have to unpack, but I had to drive like 12 hours. And it was crazy. There and back. So, that being said, when you do a job on Craigslist, make sure you ask lots of questions and bump the price up, negotiate the price. If it says $12, say 14 or no, 15, I automatically jump to 15. They're like, no, man, I can't afford that. Well, you don't need my assistance. Sometimes turning down a job means you'll avoid those jobs that are just trying to get over on you and have you do a crap ton of work for dirt cheap. It is what it is. It's Craigslist for a reason. And, you don't have to do taxes. Well, you probably do, but don't ask me about that. But yeah, another thing that I want to do as a full-time college student, a lot of people don't know this, but make sure you keep this to yourself. Trust me. You can go on Craigslist. If you can't afford an apartment, but you have a vehicle, you can go on Craigslist, look up an apartment look up office space, and then usually you'll get a small office for pretty cheap every month. Sometimes it'll be month to month, which is very good, because you don't have to have a lease, you don't have to have a credit check, references, you don't have to know I've done all that. Sometimes it'll be like a little co-working space where, oh yeah, come work with different people from who are trying to start up their business and whatnot. For $200 a month, you can have your own private office. Sweet. That's perfect. Yeah, now you have your own office where you could put, maybe, they're not going to let you take a bed in there, obviously, but you can put like a fold out couch, and then maybe have like a desk or something, and then you can, start a business or something like that. I was planning on using it as study space. I'm actually going to get a membership at this one place I think would be awesome. I'm gonna have it, take a tour of it. I might do a video on that. But yeah, that's definitely a huge option. Go on Craigslist or wherever you can find some office space that's pretty cheap, and then don't tell them that, oh yeah, I'm just trying to live here and all that stuff. No, it's a business-like environment, so act professional and follow their policies and whatnot. They usually comes with everything, including internet. So you'll be in luck. That's just my one tip. That is pretty good. What else can you do during the day? Parking. Depending on where you are, residential streets are pretty good. Just don't park out of people's houses, in front of people's houses, because then, like, they may not have a place to park, and you park in front of their house, then they get mad and they call a tow company or the police. Most likely the police. They're not going to call a tow company, and then the police call a tow company, and then if you're in there, then you get hassled by the police, and then you probably get a ticket or something. Hopefully you don't, but it just depends on where you are in whatever state, city that you're in. Yeah, very important tip. I've heard that you can park at Walmart all day, every day. One of the super centers. There's even an app where you can, I forget, she explained it in her video. There's an app where you can find out different places you can park at Walmart and sleep there. Pretty crazy. Oh, is there parking space at this Walmart? Yes. Okay. But I don't want to go to a Walmart unless I really, really have to, which I don't at this time, because, it's loud, especially during the day. You got to wake up. You got people honking horns at people because they're crossing the street without looking. Different stuff like that. But anyway, what else? Other places you can park. I also park next to abandoned buildings and stuff like that. Sometimes I take a risk and I leave it in kind of like a little alley and whatnot sometimes, but I always make sure there's usually like some security cameras that around, and so I usually park where the security camera sees me and sees my truck and sees me, it's in direct line of sight. So if it does get stolen, then I just, hey man, listen, man, my house on wheels just got stolen. Man, can I get some security camera footage and so I can give it to the police? And then, you'll be in luck. But when in doubt, AAA. If your vehicle ever breaks down, have AAA. It's for a year membership, it's pretty cheap. You can get towing for, their more expensive membership plans. I think it's like $99 a year. Don't quote me on that. You can get towing up to 200,000 miles. So if you break down somewhere, you can say, hey, put me right here. And then you won't get your vehicle towed like if you're on the highway or something. That's the most sucky part, to break down on the highway, because then almost instantly there's a highway patrol tagging your vehicle, and next thing you know, it's gone. Now you got to pay a tow company to get your vehicle out, which you may not have the money for. What else? So I talked about the gym and showering, but what about food? Depending on your situation, you may have food stamps. Food stamps is a great way to survive on the street and living in the vehicle lifestyle. Um, it's important to note that when some people say that if you live in a van, you're a pest to society, you're a bum or something like that, but I don't think so. I think it's just because it's a good living choice in this day and age. Well, as of the last few years, because people they really can't afford rent because their pay is crap. I was having an argument with one of my Facebook friends about, he gets paid like $9 and some change, and he lives in Oklahoma, and I live here in Tacoma, and we're still fighting to get 15 an hour. And while Seattle, I think they got it. Yeah, they got it. They get 15 an hour over there. Shoot, but they need it because it's like 1,500 a month, almost 2,000 a month to live up in Seattle. Tacoma's starting to become the same way. It's that crazy. Back on point. If I can remember what point. I was talking about, so food, if you have food stamps, please use them wisely. I limit myself to $100 at a time, depending on how much you have. Just kind of half it for each month, and then eat it sparingly. If you have separate storage outside the vehicle, put your food in there, because I have a habit. If there's food next to me and I know it's there, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. So I'm trying to look for a way where I can get a little top canopy on top of my vehicle and put the food in there, because if I don't do that, I'm going to eat it and it's going to be gone, and then I'm going to have to buy more food. I hate doing that, and I just, I'm fat. Anyway, that's just one idea. If I recommend avoiding fast food, really avoid, because that's going to drain your food. But if you don't have food stamps and you don't have money, but you can't really store vegetables and milk, you can't store those type of things unless you have like a cooler. But I wouldn't, unless you can strap it to the roof of your car, I wouldn't really recommend having a veggies in a cooler, or milk and stuff like that. But I do like cereal. That'd be great to have every once in a while. So what do you do? Well, I actually have a video that you can, I was buying different things, at Safeway. Not sure how much money you have or you'll be making, but I have another video in my, video list of homeless surviving on the street. So please check that out. But definitely, you may not like them, but sardines are a good choice. If not sardines, then packaged tuna, the ones that you can rip with the plastic, no, not plastic, but you can rip the top off and you just eat the tuna, and it'll be great. Sometimes they have flavored tuna, so it's not just bland. I love the spicy tuna. I've been getting it lately, and oh my goodness, it's so bomb. I also get, halibut and salmon and all that other stuff. So it's a good way to get protein and stuff like that if you're a PE junkie. So that's one good way. Fish is good for you. Powerade, some kind of water, different things like that. Always have water on hand. You're always going to need it in case, if you can't take a shower, you got a water bottle. You can duck bath, yeah, you can't afford a gym membership? Duck bath. How do you wash your clothes? Duck bath. Where? Somewhere, but I'm sure you can find the right place. There's this guy in front of me. I swear, people never used to park their cars on the street, but now all of a sudden, since I've been for the last month, there have been just people swarming this block, and I get nervous because it attracts attention when people do stupid stuff. So, and then parking enforcement comes along and they start targeting my vehicle with orange paint, and it's annoying because I have to clean it off, and then move my car somewhere. Whew. Anyway, yeah, sell food. Definitely, you want to be aware of what food you're buying, especially if you only have cash. You don't want to spend too much and then have your car break down somewhere. But that's why you have AAA, so you can get back in a safe place. And if your battery dies, just go to some auto shop like AutoZone or O'Reilly's. I love O'Reilly's. And they'll charge your battery for you. If it's any other problem, make sure you do lots of research. You don't want to take your car to a shop and have them charge you $2,000 to fix an alternator. Sometimes it's that stupid. When you could have bought an alternator for like between $80 to $200 and fixed it yourself with at least an hour or two of sweat. And she had silver hair, which is awesome. She looked awesome. Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think. Oh, goodness. Sleep, food, hygiene. Hygiene's very important to get jobs, so always remember that. Your clothes. I always go to the laundromat, but it costs a lot of money, so sometimes I kind of ask people to use their washer and dryer, and I just kind of kick them, give them a little kickback whenever I can, or I get more money. I'm cool like that. I keep my promises. What else? Oh, storing your clothes is also very important too. So, and having a system where you can store dirty and clean, and making sure they're not in the way. You don't want to have stuff like piled, like I do here. It really it starts to stink up the car after a while. So you want to have like some kind of out on the roof storage to store your stuff and your food. Trust me, I don't know what it is. You get that psychology. Ooh, there's food. Let me go eat it right quick. Every time. Those Pop-Tarts. Oh my goodness. Pop-Tarts. Always remember Pop-Tarts. They are not exactly healthy, but they're a good breakfast. What else? I think that's it. That's all that I can think of right now. Some people are really more concerned about the social side of living in a vehicle. Like the girl explained on her YouTube video, when someone said, "Hey, where do you live?" You don't have to tell them you live in a vehicle. I will. I mean, I'll just be like, I live in my truck. Oh, what? But, so you're homeless? Oh, man, do you need anything? I get that a lot, too. No, I didn't ask you for anything, but, I'll take whatever you got. Hey, I mean, they're offering. So, I don't do that all the time, but, like I said, if they want to feel sorry for me, I never asked for it, but, like I said, if they're trying to, if you want to give me $100, I'll take it. Shoot. Thank you. Some people are different that way. Some people will be kind of upset, like, they don't want to be bothered or whatnot. So, if you have to, just someone asks, oh, hey, where do you live? Oh, right down the street. Oh, where's that at? Oh, just, why are you worried about it? Oh, I'm just trying to come kick it with you. Oh, well, let's go meet up over here. Just kind of deflecting questions and answers. Just kind of a little shuffle game. People do it all the time, trust me. Some people are conscious about lying to someone. Well, it's not really lying. I would say, if someone asks you where you live, you'd be like, oh, I live in, someone asks you where you live. Oh, I live in Tacoma. Oh, where at Tacoma? Oh, I live in a university place. Oh, we're at a university place. What do you need to know? Oh, man, I just trying to see you, so I can come kick it with you. Like, I'm not going to repeat myself, but, like I just said, just that line of questioning, deflect the questions, kind of point it back at them and, make them feel like, pry on the business. They got no business asking unless, you really want them to know. If you want them to know, you will obviously tell them. If not, then, well, they don't really need to know. Yep, it is what it is, but that's how living in a car is. Make sure you have emergency money to deal with any problems, such as your car dying or something like that. And insurance. But I ain't got money for insurance. Freaking $200 a month. Are you crazy? I'm good with AAA. So, thank you for watching. I know this video was way too long. I rambled on, but please stay tuned for the next video. Adios.